Corruption is a vile disease that sucks and drains the health out of something good. Corruption in society is an evil moral infection that keeps community in the state of perpetual sickness. Corruption is a moral virus. It's so potent it leaves its host sick, lethargic, and unable to realize and accomplish all that a well person can. Where corruption thrives, poverty and not prosperity thrives. Wealth is grabbed into the greedy, grubby hands of those who get fat on the toil and labor of good people. Corruption benefits, only temporarily, those who participate in it. Everyone else is a victim of the theft, the deceit, the dishonesty, and the lies that corruption feeds on. You need to know that a corrupt person is stealing from you. Corruption is filthy work and despicable acts of treachery done under the table and behind closed doors. Corruption is a disgusting shame. Corruption keeps a nation back from true development and from progress. Wise investors steer clear of a corrupt environment. They would rather put their resources into a place where the playing field of opportunity is equal for all and not bent towards feeding the financial lust of corrupt, lying, cheating, thieving politicians and government officials. How many wonderful development projects have been lost because the investors didn't want to do business in a swamp of evil? When those great projects go to another nation or to some other place, we all lose. Believe me when I tell you that corruption steals from you, it steals from all of us.
Well, family, how you guys doing? Good morning. Let's get down to business.
Welcome back to Primetime News, and a special welcome to those of you watching online at onespotmedia.com. The former driver of sacked Education Minister Ruel Reid is speaking out, expressing fury at what he says is the fraudulent use of his name to secure contracts with the Caribbean Maritime University, CMU. Devon McQueen is the latest of Mr. Reid's associates who allegedly received payments from the CMU in the corruption scandal now engulfing that institution. Mr. McQueen said he knows nothing about the catering contract with the CMU. He was speaking with Emily Shields on RGR's Hotline program earlier today. TVJ's Anthony Lugg tells us more.
The former driver, Devon McQueen's name became associated with the current scandal engulfing the Caribbean Maritime University and sacked Education Minister Ruel Reid after these questions were asked at the parliamentary committee this week.
Is Devon McQueen hired by the CMU to supply meals for the CAPIAS program? Was Devon McQueen employed by the Ministry of Education as a driver to the former Minister of Education, Ruel Reid?
On Friday, Mr. McQueen broke his silence on RGR 94 FM's Hotline with Emily Shields.
I'm not a caterer. I don't know nothing about that. But I was a driver.
Mr. McQueen told Emily Shields that he met the former education minister at the Jamaica Teachers Association, where he was working as a driver when Mr. Reed became the JTA president. He said Mr. Reed later invited him to work at Jamaica College as a night watchman when he became principal of that high school. When Mr. Reed was appointed education minister, Mr. McQueen was seconded to the ministry to work as a driver from 2016 to 2018.
When I hear good people, when I hear the audio nice and clear, I will not hear what I go on. You know, see why we have to say such man to step down, people. The corruption is too much. Too much now. And I come fling up back real in our face again. How what this here? How we protect this?
On Friday, our news team visited Jamaica College to verify the information. I spoke with the principal here at Jamaica College who confirmed that Mr. McQueen is in fact employed to the institution. The principal added that Mr. McQueen left the institution for 2 years at the same time when the former principal and education minister Ruel Reed left for secondment. The principal says when that contract ended, Mr. McQueen returned to the institution and has been working here since then. So, with Mr. McQueen denying that he provided catering services for the Caribbean Maritime University, he was asked to clarify his association with the institution.
Have you ever been to Caribbean Maritime University?
No, apart from when I take him there during the contract period.
Yes.
Yeah, no, never go back there.
Mr. McQueen said the first time he heard about the contract with the CMU was earlier this year when investigators showed up at his home asking questions. He was taken to an office and asked more questions in relation to invoices reportedly done in his name.
They was asking me about what you just asked about CMU and all those things.
Yes.
And the relationship also, and from when I was working at Jamaica College. Yeah, and they had me when I work with the minister at the, and exactly what I just told you.
Yes.
Because that's exactly what I said to them. And then they take me back.
So did they ask you if you provided catering services at a particular time, meaning?
People, only you are going. You think I know something they go on? You think I know something they go on? I don't wait till you hear from the helper. Remember the helper get involved. What do you, man? And someone come surface up again. Go on like them on a body. And the people that the house speaker look like she invite him there. The man say him never left. Him still a campaign for them. Him never left. Him always campaigning. Who is he campaigning for? Look what he's wearing. Look what he's wearing. Who is he campaigning for? A man with them a type of baggage here. These people have no respect for us. Them harbor corruption. They are corrupt to the core and they do not care if we even see them.
Months and a year at CMU?
Yeah, they asked me that, but nothing isn't gone like that.
Mr. McQueen did not disclose the sum claimed on the invoices. However, he said he was shocked when he found out about the contract.
Really?
Well, I was furious about that, somebody using my name. And anybody would have been furious about that because somebody carrying into something where you don't know about.
Yes. And you were shocked?
Of course it is. Listen, you work at a place and you will leave. At the time it was over here.
Mm-hmm.
Our listeners were here and then an investigation, right? You would have to shock about that.
Mr. McQueen is the latest of Mr. Reed's associates who are alleged to have received payments from the CMU in the scandal, which led to the firing of former education minister. The others include 2 household helpers. Anthony Lugg, TVJ News.
People, only you are going. This is 4 years ago. TVJ News. That was the driver. Name in everything. Collect me read for you, me play for you yesterday when I said the driver was contracted with CMU and the driver never know. Money I run through the driver name, the name of the driver never get a penny. Criminality people. Them people have not but criminality. Thief from the youth them. That's why I say Jamaica stay away. So if a thief from what is to help the youth them from going down south. You must expect the youth them to stay so. Youth them empty. A politician thief from them. Be a criminal out there. I mean, I like them. Thief too much. Corruption is thief. The tear now, Jamaica. That's why we are going out there tomorrow. Tomorrow in Washington to stand up against corruption, the 15th of June. Please don't ever forget that. We are going out there tomorrow to stand up against corruption. People, really, corruption is the biggest problem, you know. Jamaica, corruption is the biggest problem, you know. Every wants and every needs and every deficit. Corruption is one of the biggest problems, you know. The lack of water, the bad road, the crime. Corruption is the biggest problem, you know. The youth them sit on a roadside now, nothing to do. I rob out the hand miggle. All type of bad sitting out there. Corruption is the biggest problem, you know, people. They've been corrupt since we are born, you know, ban coming at this, you know, people. We ban coming at this corruption, people. But I know we are demanded to stop. It seems as if our foreparents never demanded to stop. Never demanded to stop. So we are going out there tomorrow, June 15. Yeah. Don't forget to come out there, people. Washington will be at the Jamaica Consulate building. Right before the consulate building, you'll see us out there. Tomorrow, we have to sacrifice people because when you have all people like them, I will not go to jail. That's why I call for the brother to step down. Please, such man, have to step down. You're unfit for office. The labor them know that. Give me somebody better. Give me somebody whose statutory declaration can at least be verified. Give me somebody better. This is not good. Constantly stealing from education and health in Jamaica. Poor Jamaica people, I wonder how them hospital look so. Things that them government are try. Them are trying, man. At least me see them buy one new chair. Last week, the chair them they only have 3 legs. But then buy some chair this time, and you know, at least we can sit down on the chair while they drip, them are dripping away. And people just comfortable with that, and we're just good with that. It become the norm. And we're just okay with that. And I saw the thing set, man. You know, set, always I try to compare Jamaica to America. You know, them country are big country. You know, the government cannot afford those things down here. You know, we just jump in at the back of a pickup truck when buy lick. Now we go and pick me. I'm okay with that. No, people. And the mentality on the plantation that's where they want to keep you. Because they don't stop thief from you. And that is just the driver. Remember the driver, you know? And so we're gonna talk about this new rule. Every Florida. We're gonna talk about the helper now. See what happened to the helper, and tell me, say if some man of a guy prison, I come back around here, I chat off on the mouth. I come back around here, chat off on the mouth. What an the audacity and the guards and the size of them balls.
You know this, I'm very well. I'm very well.
The people, the Jamaican people, haven't seen a lot of you recently. They haven't heard a lot from you. I'm sure they'd like to hear from you. How have you been?
I thought you were here at the East Rural Conference. So that's what we're here for, to remind Jamaicans that Jamaica Labour Party is the best government for Jamaica. So I'm here to do whatever I can to make sure that the Labour Party returns and get the third term, the historic third term.
So sounds to me like you're still a member of the Jamaica Labour Party and you're campaigning.
I've never left. I have never stopped campaigning. Never left, never stopped campaigning.
But Mr. Reid, given the legal, issues you've been having, do you think it is wise to be seen publicly with, associated with the Labour Party at this particular time?
I don't even know why you asked that question. I am a free agent, and all political parties are public institutions, and I still vote. Voted in the local government election. I have a vote. So I don't understand that question.
When you are going, people? When you are going? Let's get to the United here. We are going with the helper. Now, may I take this? Now, big up, teach them. Go check out teach them channel, people. The man do good work. Now, teach them do a story on it 4 years ago. Remember, 4 years ago. Make a play it now. Teach them put something together nice with the helper. Here we are going with the helper now.
The woman who has been identified as a household helper for Ruel Reid, the discarded education minister, at the center of a wide-ranging criminal investigation, has claimed she was naively enmeshed in bank transactions involving millions of dollars, to which family members of Reed had access. The transactions are believed to be central to a probe being led by the Financial Investigations Division, FID, which has cast a net over the Ministry of Education and several of its agencies, including the Caribbean Maritime University and the National Education Trust.
Me say no stop thief from the picnic them, man. No wonder the youth them have bust so much gun out there. People, you see what problem? Go to Jamaica, say all the youth program, them shut down people, them just thief from the youth, them and thief from healthcare. Nobody got a prison in Jamaica. Education and healthcare, and them go to cash pot. Nobody got jail. When we look at the woman named Miss McLean, $124 million from school Nutri product. The government program ever feed poor people picnic who can't afford lunch when they come to school. What a nasty piece of junk. Nobody no got jail. Big up everybody where they are. Producer Wayne, D. Wagwan, Herbert, Towsalin, Robert, Brown, Wagwan, Michelle Lewis, Wilson God's gift, Wagwan, Eugenie Brown, Wagwan, Gigi Jones, you're there. Joanne Wagwan, enough love. Make we get down in this. Jankro Wagwan, you fly over here? Respect. Enough love. Laverne Baker, manners, man. Make we go along with this. Listen, Wagwan, I know. I teach them stories, teach them, put it together. Go check out Teach Them channel and go learn something over there. Me not play everybody on my page, you know. Me not play everybody over here. Oh no, wait till you hear the next. Sit me go play. Because we not show no corruption and why some man to come out of office and go on. Such man must step down, I swear to God.
Doreen Miller, whose identity was revealed in a meeting of Parliament's Public Administration and Appropriations Committee last month, is insisting that she was coldly used by Reed's family and that she has been on the brink of a heart attack because of corruption claims about which she allegedly knows nothing.
Knows nothing about people. Them stress out the woman. Stress out the woman. Them women live their life. No police never knock on them door yet are telling to walk fast. Hey? Hey? Some big man do them criminal stuff and slide stuff through them through them driver. How this man in their jail? Me I just ask a question. Good. How this man find time to come tell reporters say everything all right? With all the way about to listen now. Why this man have any more fear laugh like this $1 million laugh?
You know this, I'm very well. I'm very well.
The people, the Jamaican people haven't seen a lot of you recently. They haven't heard a lot from you. I'm sure they'd like to hear from you. How have you been?
I thought you were here at the Israel conference. So that's what we're here for, to remind Jamaicans that Jamaica Labour Party is the best government for Jamaica. So,
of course, if you slide and then a pressure you got jail, nothing happen. It's like you pimp your driver out and your poor helper, the woman sick out. Stress. How are you, man?
Reports are that approximately $4 million Jamaican dollars was transferred by the Caribbean Maritime University to an account to which Miller is a signatory as part payment of a $20 million Jamaican dollars consultancy contract for Gail Dunwell Campbell. Dunwell Campbell, a Jamaican living in the state of Georgia in the United States, was reportedly given a 2-year contract by the CMU to explore and identify international funding and partnerships for the East Kingston-based university. She was simultaneously contracted as an international donor consultant with the National Education Trust and was being paid Jamaican $3.5 million annually. I want my name cleared because I have never worked in any official capacity as a helper for Mr. Reed or his family. I only have done part-time work with them when I am off on leave from my usual job at Jamaica College, said Miller, who had worked at the school for more than 4 decades before being recruited by Reed in 2016.
People, over 40 years, woman I work at school, you know. Police will tell her to walk fast, you know. No wonder the woman says she started to have a heart problem. What a piece of criminal them. You so when you align yourself and attach yourself to some type of filth, you splash out by you. Continue.
Who is now 65 years old, alleges that Reed asked her to open a bank account through which the Ministry of Education could route funds to pay a helper.
Yeah.
At the time, I was on contract, but agreed to open the account. I was under the impression that since I would have still been working at JC, the account would be active to pay someone else who would be working as the helper since he concluded he wanted a helper. I did it and said, when my contract is up, I would take up the post with him. My contract was to be up in 2 years in 2018. The account was eventually opened at a branch of CIBC First Caribbean International Bank in St. Andrew, Miller said, adding that she was accompanied by a family member of Reed and was eventually directed to hand over the debit card for the freshly opened account to the same.
People, you are going, people. You hear them drag the woman that is assassinating people. You know, hear how them drag the poor woman that people could have heart attack, could have killed her high blood pressure. You know? Lord God, what a wicked piece of chink, and I come around and come grin up on the teeth. You know, think like that. Look here, man.
Relative. She added that the same family member, a woman, instructed her to use a particular PIN for the debit card. Miller, who said she was unable to take up Reed's offer as a full-time helper because of ill health when her contract at Jamaica College expired in 2018,
my God,
revealed that she was co-opted into periodically authorizing transactions but had no knowledge of the details. One day in 2018, I was at home and I received a call from another of Mr. Reed's family members, telling me to meet her at the bank. While there, I was asked to authorize the withdrawal of 1 million Jamaican dollars, which I did. According to her, between 2016, when the account was opened and up to the time she authorized the $1 million withdrawal, she never had access to the card, nor was she aware of details of deposits to and withdrawals from the account. Or
You know this, I'm very well. I'm very well.
The people, the Jamaican people haven't seen
the source of income. Miller also alleged that she was told to write a check in the name of another close family member of Reed to cover medical expenses for that person's father, who was ill at the time.
You know this, I'm very well. I'm very well.
Last year again, I was asked to go to the bank to repin the card, as I am not sure what happened with the first one, if it got lost. So I repinned it, again in the presence of this family member. And again, it was the same procedure, where I was given a specific number to be used as the pin.
You know this, I'm very well. I'm very well.
Then she took the card, Miller said. The former office attendant said she did not receive any personal financial benefit for opening the account. The only non-wage funds received from Reed was 30,000 Jamaican dollars towards the burial of her brother and $20,000 to defray healthcare.
That's it? Jesus.
Expenses, both in 2018.
Well, a long time, them a thief at 2018, she said she get money out of it. So the police pull up on them 2019. What a thing, man. Jesus. Gosh.
You know this, I'm very well. I'm very well.
Hey, why are you very well?
With what he believed. In speaking with Ruel, we went through some of those principles, and it was clear that what I believed in and what the party believed in, it accorded with what he believed in. In speaking with Ruel, we went through some of those principles, and it was clear that what I believed in and what the party believed in, it accorded with what he believed in.
by the pre-dawn operation at her home on March 7th this year, when a police team swooped down, banged on doors, and demanded that she hand over the debit card she alleged to have then been in the possession of Reed's family. I was at home when I heard heavy knocking on my window and the shouts of police. I had no idea why they would come to my house. When I let them in, they said to me, "Where is the card?" and that I should give them the money.
Oh, man.
I was stunned because I never knew what they were talking about. I showed them the only money I had, 9,000 Jamaican dollars for the church bus, but that did not stop them searching.
Wow.
After they satisfied themselves, I was told I needed to go with them to the police station. They asked me if I knew anyone who worked at the Caribbean Maritime University, and I replied, I do not know anyone. Miller said she was then told the name of a particular woman and asked if she knew her. I don't know this person. I have never met this lady, she said, in relation to one of a barrage of questions she faced during the 4:30 a.m. operation.
Can you
Miller
imagine?
said that the melodrama has taken a huge toll on her personal life,
Wow.
with her family bearing the battle scars of psychological strain and public embarrassment from the scandal.
People that wicked enough, people. People that wicked enough. As a church woman, you know. And they are a job I work at the school for over 40 years, you know. While some boy sit down, boy, and not going to jail yet.
You know this, I'm very well. I'm very well.
Last week, I went to church and I fainted. And right now, I can't even talk about it. And
hold on there. The woman said she got a church last week and she faint. It'll take a toll upon her body, people. Some of them people, I say police don't tell them to walk fast, man. Some of them old people, police never tell them to walk fast yet. And them tell them then if they come out of trouble and look at woman faint, people. What a brother, I mash up the woman. Wonder how them doing right now. Wonder how both the man, them say the man I work at CMU still, up to the last reporting I want to play a while ago. He was still working at CMU, I hold him job. But how these people doing psychologically, mentally? How these people doing? Them things can take a toll upon you know, people. Can you imagine you get him dragged into something like this behind your boss, corruption?
About it and not feel as though I am going to have a heart attack. Because each day I do is during the 4:30 a.m. operation. Miller said that the melodrama has taken a huge toll on her personal life, with her family bearing the battle scars of psychological strain and public embarrassment from the scandal. Last week, I went to church and I fainted. And right now, I can't even talk about it and not feel as though I am going to have a heart attack. Because each day I do, it makes my head just beat.
Wow.
I just keep losing weight over this thing.
Mirror.
All of my clothes are swinging on me.
Oh, God. Jaja. People, we can just imagine. You know? We are Jamaican. We all here can imagine. We can just imagine. Gigi Jones, David Jervis, you there Washington already? Big old man like this. Talk about him a pastor. Him is a criminal, drunk or wagwan. Rooster Desi, June Plum 26, Sandra Twart, wagwan, Andrew Cook, Paris Small, bless up yourself, Diaspora Diva, bless up yourself, man. We're glad to see you over here. M wagwan. Yeah, Mr. Producer Will Win Global TV over here, same way. Bless up each and every one of there. So we could go and listen criminality wagwan. That's why you hear me say. That's why you hear me say. This is a big old criminal ship. And such man as so, him need to resign. Him need to resign. Him a drag the country. And everything around him, I drag it too. Don't bother believe say a cruel greed alone.
It is affecting my brain, as I have been having constant headaches. I had to leave my yard for 2 weeks. I could not stay there, she said.
Teach them. Make sure the message I reach them, teach them. Hey, people, you know here where I go on? Yeah? I pay corruption I go on. Yeah? And someone I come go on like say, they want to come back. The man say quite all right. Yeah? The prime minister wife, the old speaker, him, I see him a roll with, and you hear the PM say out of mouth, but the same man. Listen good.
Accorded with what he believed. In speaking with Ruel, we went through some of those principles, and it was clear that what I believed in and what the party believed in, it accorded with what he believed in. In speaking with Ruel, we went through some of those principles, and it was clear that what I believed in and what the party believed in, it accorded with what he believed in.
People, you know, so we're not going to stop, spit the truth, not true. Wait till you hear this to backside. This is how we go back here before we move to the next audio.
Education Minister Ruel Reid, his wife Sharon, and their daughter Cheryl have been arrested in a major corruption probe. The president of the Caribbean Maritime University, Professor Fritz Pinnock, and the counselor of the Brownstown Division in St. Anne, Kim Brown Lawrence, have also been arrested. They were picked up in simultaneous pre-dawn operations at their homes in St. Andrew, St. Catherine, and St. Anne this morning. Law enforcement officers of the Major Organized Crime and Anti-Corruption Agency, MOCA, and the Financial Investigation Division, FID, encircled their houses as they swooped down this morning. At the gates of Reed's house, the cops pressed the doorbell several times, but got no response. The cops then jumped over the gates and knocked the grill when a woman came out and eventually let them inside. While that was happening, another raid was about to take place at the Helsher home in St. Catherine of Professor Fritz Pinnock. Initially, Pinnock was apprehensive and asked the police for time to contact his lawyer. The cops would spend another 4 hours and 20 minutes combing through documents and searching 4 or 5 cars on the premises that belonged to Pinnock. At one stage, Pinnock protested against the cops confiscating a laptop computer he said belonged to his daughter. His lawyer also told investigators that the warrant did not cover electronics, but the cops told him to challenge that in court. Back in St. Andrew, and cops were still at the home of Reed. In fact, they spent more than 7 hours at the house going through documents in a room-by-room search before the Reeds emerged under a blanket. Shortly after midday, the police left the house with the Reeds, several computers, as well as documents. In the meantime, the head of the Financial Investigation Division, the FID, Robin Sykes, has said that more players are being targeted in the multi-million-dollar corruption probe at the Education Ministry and the CMU. He has also revealed that other entities in the Ministry of Education are being targeted, but declined to provide details.
No, we don't hear nobody get target. You hear nobody else get locked up apart from them 5 people here? Who don't hear nothing else? You see them people here? Guys, I'll be right back.
I don't want you to come to me with that foolishness, you know. You elect a prime minister, and is a prime minister run the country. It is time we learn to hold our leaders accountable for their actions and stop making excuses for them. Stop making excuses. Otherwise, go elect the people who really run in the country. And I don't want labor rights carry that stupid argument. Hold the people you elect accountable and stop making excuses for them.
People, that's why tomorrow we are going to go protest in Washington right before the consulate building. We have to do this, people, because God knows. What else we're going to do? Just give up and say, no, people. What if we never debate? We as vloggers. What if we never debate? What would have happened to the country? Jesus. People free if you go to go protest. People free if you start the news media and our opposition week. And what happened to Jamaica? What happened to me? My God, man. Look, we continue here what I go on and say, man.
And Mr. Sykes says the FID is confident that an airtight case has been made. In July, Director of Public Prosecutions Paula Llewellyn found that 4 criminal laws may have been breached by key players in the matter. She also said there were administrative breaches. However, she recommended further investigations. This morning, the DPP told Power 106 FM's Morning Agenda that since her last consultation with law enforcement authorities 3 months ago, there has been no further contact. However, Sykes said investigators have acted on the opinions of the DPP to close certain gaps in the probe. We are confident we looked at additional avenues and have closed those gaps. We believe that we are in a position to proceed as we have today, Sykes said. Damian Mitchell for the Gleaner Online.
When you hear what I'm going, when you get a full scope, when you see why I say, them not stop rob from education people and healthcare. Robbing from the youth. Why don't I believe say Jamaica stays so now? Eh? Wanna look here. That's why I'm say such man for step down. And allow me to tell people, in bad for the youth them, bad influence on the youth them are coming up. That's why the youth them just believe in a chopping, you know. Whenever I hear this man go there one day and tell the youth them to stop chopping. You ever hear the man go there one day and tell the youth them to put down the gun, just reason with the youth them as a father. You ever hear the man ever go there and get on a podium and tell the youth them danger of picking up a gun and the danger of scamming. You ever hear the man go there and compassion talk to the youth them from the bottom of his heart with compassion to the youth them? Any day, whenever you hear the man tell the youth them to stop scamming, me ask as a leader and a father of two what we know about. Eh? I've ever heard this brother tell the youth them to stop scamming and put on the gun. You ever hear this man tell the youth them say have something, some alternative for them other than scamming, other than the gun? You ever hear him, people? You ever hear him since the man are going to officers have a pure garbage and the people are dead? That people, you ever hear them people that even talk about the dead with happen in Jamaica? Does there 6 get caught up one time, 4 get caught up one time, 5 get caught up one time, 8 get caught up one time, 10 get caught up one time, people. Genocide of one in Jamaica. You ever see the man come have a press conference and say, no, Jamaica, we cannot live like this? You ever see this man come on a press conference and having a heart and compassion for Jamaican people and the youth that were dead on the road out there and come and say, Jamaicans, we can't live like this. We can't live like this, Jamaicans. You ever hear this man come and come tell you them say, no, youth and youth, put down the scamming, youth. Put down the scamming. You ever hear this man and say so? What do you, man? Look here, man. Look here, man. I want to come, you must appear corruption harbor, you know.
With what he believed. In speaking with Ruel, we went through some of those principles, and it was clear that what I believed in and what the party believed in, it accorded with what he believed in. In speaking with Ruel, we went through some of those principles, and it was clear that what I believed in and what the party believed in, it accorded with what he believed in.
You notice I'm very well. I'm very well.
Every poor man must feel his castle. Every poor man must feel in the house.
He became Jamaica's newest prime minister despite controversy about his big house.
Join us in a partnership for prosperity.
We uncover a trail of property purchases and ask, is Andrew Holness paying his part?
Is that why you didn't pay the property taxes on the home?
What the prime minister didn't want you to know before the election. And later, Holness sounds the warning on corruption to his new cabinet.
Corruption will not be tolerated in this country.
But does his own record raise questions when it comes to awarding public contracts?
When each side is in government, there are uncomfortable levels of awarding of contracts to persons who are either political supporters, campaign financiers, or other connected parties.
We reveal how Holness signed off on taxpayer money for a contract to his associates on this episode of 18 Degrees North.
I don't want you to come to me with that foolishness, you know. You elect a prime minister, and is a prime minister run the country. It is time we learn to hold our leaders accountable for their actions and stop making excuses for them. Stop making excuses. Otherwise, go elect the people who really run in the country. And I don't want Labour rights carry that stupid argument. Hold the people you elect accountable and stop making excuses for them.
You notice I'm very well. I'm very well.
The people, the Jamaican people haven't seen a lot of you recently. They haven't heard a lot from you. I'm sure they'd like to hear from you. How have you been?
I thought you were here at the Israel conference. So that's what we're here for, to remind Jamaicans that Jamaica Labour Party is the best government for Jamaica. So I'm here to do whatever I can to make sure that the Labour Party returns and get the third term, the historic third term.
So sounds to me like you're still a member of the Jamaica Labour Party and you're campaigning.
I've never left. I have never stopped campaigning. Never left, never stopped campaigning.
But Mr. Reid, given the legal, issues you've been having, do you think it is wise to be seen publicly with, associated with the Labour Party at this particular time?
I don't even know why you asked that question. I am a free agent, and all political parties are public institutions, and I still vote. Voted in the local government election. I have a vote. So I don't understand that question, Frank.
Wow. Well, here we are going, guys. Now, before we go on the next clip, now let me give maximum respect to Zara Burton. Because I always play her stuff. You understand me? She challenge stuff nobody know want to talk about. Beautiful woman too, Pretty like a money people. And you hear me always play her clip over here on this platform. She is a journalist. She's a investigative journalist. Them have nothing more like her in Jamaica. She's the only one. And she's an 18 degrees knot. Me ask the guys go check out her work over there. Go over there and subscribe and support her. Yeah? She do a wonderful job. Me about to play her work right now. See her there? Pretty like a mono seat. Says she no kaba. See her there? Real journalist, you see it? Okay, better ask somebody. Yeah. Zara Burton, normal. See her there again. Zara Burton, 18 degrees, not. Listen for your investigative journalist work by Andrew Holness and his bunch of corruption. That's why I say, you see that man there? You see that man there? Me, I wonder how him not gonna prison. Him go show up himself. And that man here, you see that man here? You see them here? Me, I wonder if them are part of the six. Yeah? Where the six there? Me just ask, where the six there, people? Is the Prime Minister want if I vote for the six? Because if them are hide the six, it show me say that means say you don't want if I vote for them. So I carry them around, parading them around before the Jamaican people. To me, it seems as if you guys are influence Jamaicans to vote for criminals. Isn't that aiding and abetting people? People, isn't that aiding and abetting? Giving these guys back power, you're giving them money for thief. So you aid and abet them criminal affairs. Yeah? And with one man up at top, put on gag order, and a wife down at bottom, block everything. Wouldn't that be considered interference in a justice, people? Someone has asked these people, are they trying to have us vote for 6 criminals? You don't think the Prime Minister that do a better job to flush out any criminals that is robbing from the poor people if he really care for the poor people? Talk the truth. But anyway, let me get down in an 18 degrees knot investigation. When I get to the coffee. Birds of a feather.
Hello, I'm Zara Burton, and welcome to 18 Degrees North.
Guys, when I hear it good, we just want to know when I hear it good. When I hear it nice and crispy, yeah, man, the fresh chips were fresh and just come out of the box. Yeah, man, we're going to go down in a corruption and show you what is hurting the country. Yeah, it hurt the country, Labour and PNP. The whole of we are suffering at this basket of corruption, that is gumba. Labour and PNP. And we as people just turn it back for ourselves. No, people, it come from the top. We allow it to happen. PNP, they be in there do the same thing too, But not like this, man. PNP are not clean either. As a youth growing up in Jamaica, we have only PNP and Labour, right? Is room for rent apply within. When I come out, then you come in. But this is what we see so are the worst of all. Be a face. We don't see it. We never see it like this. All right, when I hear it good, manners and respect. We don't get to the coffee. Gee, we can't believe say one man can't so thief.
It's from right here in Kingston, Jamaica, 18 degrees north of the equator, where every week we're going to take you on a global journey with us as we focus on Caribbean stories that have global impact. We begin our show with Jamaica's newest Prime Minister, Andrew Holness. During the 2016 general elections, his house became front and center. The public, and perhaps more so the ruling People's National Party, they wanted to know why a St. Lucian company owned his house and where he got the money, since news reports had put its value at about $2 million, a figure Holness has not confirmed. After all, Holness had been a politician most of his professional life, didn't come from money, and his salary at the time was just over $60,000 each year, not counting allowances. Holness answered several of the questions asked, but we at 18 Degrees North had others. What we found was an interesting series of property purchases and an uneven playing field when it comes to personal tax matters. It also shed light on the relationship between Jamaican politicians and their associates in the awarding of public contracts.
Damn.
We're staying right here in Jamaica at 18 Degrees North and 77 Degrees West.
The Labour Party believe that every poor man must build his castle. Every poor man must build him big house. And we not grudge of it. We are going to help you achieve that. That is why we say education be free, health be free, and we must
Stop on up. Make more cussing now. Make more cussing about education for free, health for free. How is it? It sounds good enough. People, it can be free. And it works very well. But when I talk about free education and free, I mean if you cut it, But that just make me head chip a while ago. Me I think about the $1.7 trillion. When we see from education, billions in the B. Some missing from health and education. Health and education in the billions. Some from him office in the billions. And him, a black the auditor general, from independently investigate where my money there. Eh? Blacking reports and gag orders and all type of things. People will say we're tired of the corruption. Andrew Holness must step down out of office. He's unfit, he's unqualified. Has been 3 years in a declared asset, bro. What we are doing with you?
This is the house, built on 3/4 of an acre, complete with stone-cut wall, in the exclusive Beverly Hills neighborhood just outside Kingston. It's a huge upgrade from where Jamaica's newest prime minister and then opposition leader, Andrew Holness, says he was born.
I was born in a 2-bedroom board house at 56 Cumberland Road in a Spanish town. My father is still a farmer and my mother is a retired civil servant.
So you're so rich. Retired civil servant and father. You know, do not work more than politics. How you get the riches from? I mean, just ask. The rest of us Jamaican in life, we get rich quick, So in life, how you get so rich so quick. Civil servant, farmer, seems like money. Come we talk about farmer Jamaica, when I talk about man with acres and acres of crop and tractor and all them things and big trucker roll off a farm. Yeah? How you so rich? Make we listen.
Property records showed the Beverly Hills land was purchased by a St. Lucian-based company, Admat Incorporated, for $300,000 in 2011, 3 months before Holness became Prime Minister of Jamaica for the first time, and when he was Minister of Education. There's no mortgage listed. In a statement, Holness says he's the sole director of Admat and a shareholder, along with his 2 sons, Adam and Matthew. Holness says he got the money from funds in his accounts at 2 of Jamaica's investment banks and used his savings, salary, loans, and credit from suppliers established through his wife, who is a real estate developer, to build the house, costing him approximately $52 million, or around $525,000 US. He says the St. Lucian structure was used for estate planning. His attorney, Patrick Bailey, says there's that and the additional potential benefit of avoiding transfer taxes.
If the house at Beverly Hills is the only asset and he was selling it, he would simply sell the company, sell the shares. The company would have its shareholding transferred from him and his children to the new purchasers, whereas the title would remain unchanged because the new purchaser will be the owners of Admat and be the owners of the property. So in that case, there's no transfer from one entity to another. So you save on transfer tax and stamp duties and those sorts of things.
Civil society activist Carol Narcisse says the leader of the country shouldn't be trying to avoid taxes.
Especially if you're a prime minister and you're telling your citizens that they need to conform to the regulatory environment that you have designed, that you do not think you can adhere to, because it is inimical to your interest to adhere to it, or inimical to the interest of your children's future to adhere to it, then there is a major, there's a major inconsistency there that you need to explain.
Join us in a partnership for prosperity. Let's change Jamaica for the best. Choose prosperity.
Does he own other entities in there, in Admat?
In Admat?
Yeah.
I think he has at least one other property in Admat.
And where is that?
That is in somewhere in the Arcadia area. Right.
And that's considered land or also?
It's an apartment. Actually, he's now in the process of selling that unit. He owes suppliers, because suppliers gave him credit for the house he's building in Beverly Hills.
Hold on, the guys. I'll be right back.
I hear man talk a kind of lie. Oh, 20 million and 28 million. Lie! Me not take no salary increase. So my salary is what it was before. And I tell you something, I feel like just keep back to. Because he's a proud man, you know. Me not like people tell lie for me.
I don't want you to come to me with that foolishness, you know. You elect a prime minister, and is a prime minister run the country. It is time we learn to hold our leaders accountable for their actions and stop making excuses for them. Stop making excuses. Otherwise, go elect the people who really run in the country. And I don't want labor rights carry that stupid argument. Hold the people you elect accountable and stop making excuses for them.
Welcome back, family. Here we go.
The source of funds for that was what?
That one, I can't recall.
Check out the liar. Check out the liar if the liar is supposed to get some pull up and investigate. Just listen to the liar, my answer the investigative journalist. Listen to the liar, I'm going to answer this beautiful woman. Listen, him don't know her. Him don't know him I talk to. The woman smart. I know flanky. And a normal woman, no people. But like a sister down to earth. Zara Burton, trust me, me like you. Matter of fact, you know, me like your work. I don't lie. Yeah, man. So people, he make you go and appear criminality. I go and say, no, tell me if that man must come out of office and I come bring up some man around and so me say birds of a feather. Birds of a feather. Poor people can never pass them a criminal because them not left nothing people them plunder the country from your boy till now. Borrow money only to thief it back and left the poor people to pay for. Borrow money to steal it. Get loan, steal it. We get help from overseas, even if we help the youth them. Nobody hear about no program where the money gone. We batty sell out, some more agreement signed, where the money there. Have me on back road last night, me can't even buy a rag and soap. Where is the $1.7 trillion we gone from this man office? Look here, man. Don't stop playing with there, man. Time for corruption up. We don't play with it, you know. We don't play with it, man. Yeah, the stores are out there. We're going to find them.
Details. But I seem to remember that he has always used the house that he lives in and get loans and that sort of thing.
We checked the title for the property where Bailey says both Holness and his wife lived at the time of our interview and found no additional loans or mortgages other than those originally taken out in 2002 when they bought the house for 7 million Jamaican dollars, around $144,000 US back then.
So you were satisfied then with the source of the funds in both cases?
Oh, absolutely. He saved in US stocks and amongst his portfolio. So he was saving because these are savings.
People, tell me if this liar is forthcoming with the answers. Tell me if this liar not sound like some old general that need to be investigated himself. This liar is the same liar where they find man dead in him house, you know. Man get stab up, and can up. In a female house, no forced entry. Him say him get up and stumble over man in him body in him house. Then put him on bed rest instead of investigation. Bed rest instead of investigation. Where do they do that at? Let's continue.
That savings from him alone or him and his wife?
I don't know that level of personal detail. That would be. Yeah, I don't know that level
Of what you know, is there any evidence?
I know of nothing. I know of nothing else that he owns in relation to Admat. Okay. He currently owns it.
We checked the title for the Acadia property and found that it was indeed purchased by the same St. Lucian company, Admat Incorporated, in 2008, again when Holness was Minister of Education. The price tag, 16 million Jamaican dollars, around 219,000 US back then, and again, no mortgage was listed. Further, we also checked whether Admat owned additional properties and found one more. A half-acre lot, also built in Beverly Hills on Wycliffe Close in February 2009, also when Holness was Minister of Education, price tag around 15 million Jamaican dollars, almost 173,000 US dollars, and again, no mortgage listed.
People, all of them is something about cash, you know. Me I talk about before this man become Prime Minister.
You know this I'm very well. I'm very well.
People now, you may say, this a man a buy everything cash. Remember, him not come from riches. Remember, not do no other work, just politics. All him life. Father, farmer, mother, clerk or domestic helper or whatever. But low pay job, like most of us from Jamaica. And all of a sudden, this a man of life take off in a politics. That's all him know about, you know, politics, you know. Him not come from wealth. And the sad part about it, this are 1, 2, 3 years now. This brother cannot, people, Mark Golding's statutory declaration is already verified by the Integrity Commission, you know. The man doing taxes already, and they get a ticky. This brother now a lag behind. Brother, something is not right.
So you've never heard of this Wycliffe Close property before today?
Let me put it this way. I have never handled, and when I look at the transfer, I see the names of lawyers who I know. And he's entitled to have more than one lawyer. We all have to eat.
So all told, when it comes to properties, there's the Great House Boulevard home that Holness and his wife bought with a mortgage while Holness was a mere member of parliament. And in the 4 years he was Minister of Education, earning the equivalent of around 60,000 US dollars per year, or 90,000 with allowances, there was the Arcadia apartment, no mortgage listed. The land at Wycliffe Close in Beverly Hills, no mortgage listed. The land for the Shenstone Beverly Hills house he's building, no mortgage listed. And around 525,000 US dollars spent building the house in the 3 years after Holness's Jamaica Labour Party lost the election in 2011. Holness, through a member of his team, said he wouldn't comment on the source of funds for any of his properties before the election, but even after, he didn't. He also said he would make his financial statement public at the end of March 2016, but he didn't. Despite several calls to Juliet Holness, a property developer, chartered accountant, and newly elected member of parliament, she didn't get back to us.
When you are going, people?
We will again transfer taxes, stamp duty, and
What about property taxes?
Somebody he has to pay property tax.
At the time of our initial checks in the 2 weeks before the election, the house in Beverly Hills had an outstanding balance since 2013 on the tax administration's website. Amount, about $174,000 or US $1,400 approximately. Property taxes on the Wycliffe Close land in Beverly Hills were listed as not having been paid since 2009, a total of about $175,000 or US around $1,400. And the Great House Boulevard home that he owned with his wife, Juliet, that was listed as outstanding since 2014, owing Jamaicans $64,000 or about 526 US dollars. We call the tax administration to confirm. Volume is 1118.
And you own it?
Yeah.
The amount is $64,000 outstanding and $50 for 2 years.
All in, Holness or his entities were listed at the time as owing almost 413,000 Jamaican dollars, around 3,400 US dollars. It wasn't clear if there were any amounts owing for the apartment at Arcadia Drive. Caroline Hay, former Deputy Director of Public Prosecution, says, in general, no leader should be backed upon their taxes. We did not ask her specifically about Holness.
No public official ought to be behind on their taxes. You are in a position when you're a public official in a position of trust, and one would imagine an example to the nation as to what values we want in positions of leadership.
We don't put the Lord first. And I want to say to you all that as a parliamentarian and as a minister of government, that I put the Lord in front of me at all times. And amen. And it is because I have put the Lord in front of me at all times, that is why I believe that I have yielded some success as a parliamentarian. And I want to say that the same is true for our Prime Minister, Andrew Holness. He might not be a New Testament, he might not be Baptist, etc. He is, however, Adventist, which is one of the larger denomination faiths in Jamaica.
After 18 Degrees North brought it to Holness's attention, and before the election, the tax administration's website reflected zero balances for the two Beverly Hills properties at Shenstone Drive and Wycliffe Close. However, taxes on the house he owns with his wife were still listed as owing as of our last check, March 18th, 2016, even as he became Prime Minister of Jamaica for a second time.
That I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica.
Lie. Sign the code of conduct. That's a commitment that you know got thief. Declare your asset. So that in the oath there was nothing. Kuya man.
Coming up on 18 Degrees North, too close for comfort? How Andrew Holness signed off on taxpayers' money for a contract to his associates.
Pure corruption, people. People are mere corruption, people. Are mere corruption, such man around the country and the people. Him and him associates and him friend them and him Columbia, Cumbolo them. People. They say are mere corruption, them and them around the place in the people.
I hear man talk all kind of lie. Oh, 20 million and 28 million. Lie. Me not take no salary increase. So my salary is what it was before. And I tell you something, I feel like just keep back to. Because he's a proud man, you know. Me don't like people tell lie for me. I don't want you to come to me with that foolishness, you know. You elect a prime minister, and he's a prime minister around the country. It is time we learn to hold our leaders accountable for their actions and stop making excuses for them. Stop making excuses. Otherwise, go elect the people who really run in the country. And I don't want labor rights carry that stupid argument. Hold the people you elect accountable and stop making excuses for them.
When do we need it? Now! Who's Jamaica? Who's Jamaica? Who's Jamaica? What the want?
Thank you, guys.
18 Degrees North just uncovered a trail of property purchases linked to Jamaica's newest Prime Minister, Andrew Holness. Now see how that trail led us down another path, that of government contracts awarded to his associates.
Corruption will not be tolerated in this government.
Right?
The property at Wycliffe Close in Beverly Hills remains an open lot today. As it turns out, the owner, Andrew Holness's Admat Incorporated applied to the National Environmental Planning Agency to build townhouses in 2010, but that application was turned down.
Which part NEPA office they now? Where the office is now, the office turned him down, right? The office is inside his office. NEPA, National Environmental Planning Agency office, we turn him down. The man captured at the office now in his office. You see we have a Jamaica here? A dragon. Let's continue.
Representing Admat in this application was one Robert Garvin.
And Robert Garvin is not a director in any way, shape, or form of Admat.
No, he's not.
But why would Robert Garvin's name then appear on an application to the land development?
Because he acting as agent, he's in the process. That's not unusual.
According to Companies Office records, Robert Garvin is or was a director of other entities affiliated with Andrew or Juliet Holness: Positive Jamaica Foundation Limited, Sunshine Mobile, West Central St. Andrew Trust Limited, Omega Bridge Finance, and the now removed Toledo Taxi Service.
Who is Robert Garvin?
Garvin?
Robert Garvin.
Never met the name, never heard the name. But I do remember Positive.
Lie.
But I did set up Positive Jamaica, I remember that.
Lie.
He's one. Yeah. Positive Jamaica is in part a director by...
People, you the liar. No, listen, liar. I just say, if I hear the liar, I deal with the thing. Yeah? You know, hear the liar. Somebody, if you catch a liar, squeeze some good answer out of him. You know what I say? Some real investigators. Brother, and what the people take people for? You say him answer a question, so they take Jamaica be fool, you know? Some fool answer until like, king teeth or kiki, like people are joke. I saw they treat Jamaica people, you know? Like we are like idiot, you know? But Zara Burton should have let go nothing, them can't go run her. Listen, the man a lie, but you don't know Robert Garvin. Like, you know, listen this, and the man a share the same address. Listen this.
Garvin.
I know he was a director of
and by the way, one more thing. What about the fact that Garvin used this address, 28 Herb McKinley?
Because this is my address. It's precisely what I'm saying. You're at 28 Herb McKinley. No?
I know. Yeah. Why Robert Garvin used it? And
because we set up the company here. Garvin, I'm not saying that. I don't remember the name.
Separately, Robert Garvin is also listed as the director of Weskin Construction, along with one Donovan Simpson. Garvin used the address 25 Dominica Drive while setting up Wescon, the same address he and Holness used when registering West Central St. Andrew Trust Limited. Government records show Weskin Construction as receiving 14 government contracts, totaling 28.5 million Jamaican dollars, or around $386,000 US. This was between 2006 and 2009, even as Holness or his wife shared directorships with Garvin on 4 entities. 12 of the 14 contracts were under the JLP government, with which Holness has a career-long affiliation. 9 of the 14 list 0 or only 1 tender. 10 of the 14 were granted by the Minister of Education when Andrew Holness was minister, and by the National Works Agency and Social Development Commission for work in Holness's constituency. Holness even instructed the Social Development Commission to pay Weskin Construction just under 1.5 million Jamaican dollars, or around US $21,000 back then.
Mighty God.
He signed the document himself. There was only one bidder for cleaning, bushing, and trimming of the roadways in Holness's constituency of West Central St. Andrew, and no procurement committee approval. Payment was requested by Holness December 20th, 2007, and paid promptly on the same day.
When you hear how they take the money, same day. But when police get paid and teachers get paid, they hold on pound the money. But when you want to swindle off taxpayers' money, you see something up on no? Me think when I get away.
Opposition leader can publicly emasculate Philip and Julian. They may not have people to speak up for them, but let me tell you this: don't touch Juliet.
Don't reverse yourself. The original you was a better you. Don't reverse yourself that way. Don't reverse yourself. The original you was a better you. Don't reverse yourself that way.
When contacted in a general sense, the current Social Development Commission head, Dwayne Vernon, said, while not the norm, it is possible to have a request and payment on the same day, especially when there's a contract in place with stated payment dates. Vernon, who didn't address this contract specifically, also said the SDC does not procure for constituencies. This is the prerogative of the MP and his or her project officer. Civil society activist Carol Narcisse says awarding of government contracts in Jamaica has been a long-standing cause for concern.
Corruption.
When each side is in government, there are uncomfortable levels of awarding of contracts to persons who are either political supporters, campaign financiers, or other connected parties.
We asked Holness whether he declared his relationship with Garvin while contracts were being awarded to Weskin Construction, but he didn't get back to us. We called Garvin, but he said he couldn't talk at the time, and he didn't answer our text message. When contacted, Garvin's partner in Weskin Construction, Donovan Simpson, he tried to distance himself from the inner workings of the company.
I don't know where these credits. I don't know how much was collected.
So you didn't benefit from these contracts, that's what you're saying?
No.
Even though his name is not on the filing, is Andrew Holness a part of this company?
No, not to my knowledge. No, man, he's not a part of it.
Do you know if Garvin is a friend of Andrew Holness?
Yes, yeah, man, they are friends. They are very close. It's what Andrew went in politics, you know. I mentioned at Seattle office because Robert and Sarah were very close also.
Okay.
So the first time I saw Andrew is when Robert invited me to the Seattle office in New Kingston.
We searched, but could find no record of Holness declaring his relationship with Robert Garvin or Donovan Simpson. And the Office of the Contractor General would only say that we should request an investigation, which we did. When asked in a general sense, and not about Holness specifically, Caroline Hayes says these kinds of relationships should be declared.
In the procurement rules and guidelines that I've read, there's been a concern about whether there is a connection either directly, meaning you have an interest in a company that's bidding for public assets and public benefit, or indirectly, meaning it's in the name of a wife, in the name of a girlfriend, in the name of a child, in the name of an associate. This is a duty of our staff and any other public officers and officials directly or indirectly involved in the procurement process, especially in the preparation of bidding documents, evaluation, contract negotiations, contract management, and payments to declare any potential conflicts of interest.
Whether Holness declared his relationship with Garvin remains unclear. However, Bailey, his attorney, is adamant that all assets associated with Andrew Holness were declared.
In every case, everything that he has owned from the time that from even the time he set up Admat, going back to 2001, everything has been declared.
We checked with the Integrity Commission, but no one ever got back to us. Information submitted is usually confidential.
The law that governs it explicitly states that these declarations cannot be made public. And if they are made public, whoever makes them public is subject to a fine of over $1 million, right? These
gag order. These guys gag everything. Them corruption must come to una idiot, una fool. You wonder why we don't know nothing about the six? Eh? Them especially such man. Him are the most corrupt in the history of the Caribbean. Yeah, the history of Jamaica, the history of the Caribbean, a matter of fact, the history of the world. Who you know have them wife in the office? If him is not the most corrupt in the history of the world, point and show me what leader around the world have a wife in an office. I had, apart from Robert Mugabe. So you're looking at the most crooked and corrupt leader of all times. You're looking at it right now. If you cannot tell me another leader around the world who having wife in an office, well, they're looking at the most corrupt leader right here, so. It bad, people. It bad. And people have now stand up.
declarations of assets need to be brought under the ambit of the Access to Information Act so that we can request to see and be given or given a good reason why we can't be given.
In Jamaica, breaches of the rules governing the awarding of government contracts carry a possible fine of $1,000 or around $8 US.
When you hear them look foolishness there, and you think they might change them look law there, it benefit them. $8 to break the law. Politicians know that, you know. But them keep them look law there, but taxi fines are go up and everything else are go up on people, boy. Yeah. Eh? Tickets price are go up. But look how they leave that. $8 to violate awarding contract to. Really? You know, hurt them pocket. Politicians now go fix that. Them leave that, and when they get found out, $8. Millions and millions of dollars in a contract. All you pay. How would they clear that one?
And or 3 months in prison.
You're not going to prison.
See what happens when we try to get answers from Andrew Holness on the campaign trail. Next, on 18 Degrees North.
To God.
Jamaica's newest Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, may have wrested control from the People's National Party, in part because of his 10-point tax plan. During the election campaign, though, there were skeptics. Critics charged, how was he going to plug the millions in lost revenues in US dollar terms when his plan would essentially eliminate income tax on those earning the equivalent of around $12,000 or less? Holness's plan was to spur spending and generate more revenue from consumption tax while raising taxes on high-end earners. We caught up with Holness on the campaign trail. We asked him what else he had up his sleeve and why at the time was he listed as being behind on his property taxes. Where is the economy going? Have you done any analysis of your tax plan and what economic growth is going to look like in your first year?
I wouldn't want to give you a specific figure.
But your analysis must have produced something that is tangible for the people to understand.
Yeah, but I didn't say I would give you that figure.
But it has produced a figure.
Of course.
Okay.
Listen, people. Him thinks him a talk over the woman, you know. If you notice our brother here, whenever I see him in an interview, he talk about the woman, especially when I'm a female. Listen to him and come at her. He must answer the question before she finish her question. That's his way he must step on her question and throw her off kilter, try to knock off her feet. But this woman and not play with him. That's why I respect Zara Burton. Woman, anyway you're there. Hey, Zara, you're single? Tell me, Zara, you're single? That's a question. Come to think about it, you're a ratted, beautiful woman, though, you know. And so smart. She's so smart, you know, people. I love her work. I say if Jamaica, they have about 2 or 3 more she see. We turn over corruption with the back of our yard already. What do you, man? Listen to this man that thinks him can batter Zara Burton. No, listen good enough. Or him thinks he can slide around her. Wrong.
Why would we do that?
Give me a general sense of where we have on the low end and the top end.
I would say to you that if you're going to talk about economic growth, you should be above 3%.
Okay, that's a fair statement to make. Yeah. Let's talk about some of the other taxes that you, tax incentives and lower rates. And so I think there was mention of some transfer taxes as well.
You see him talk over her. You see him step on her question before she even answer it. That's how them destroy some little rookie reporter and know how to hold these boys' feet to the fire. But Zara Burton, like I show you, Zara Burton ain't no small fry family. The woman a small boy, you know, go puky. You don't can't go round her like that, brother. Give her more credit than that. The woman not play a thing, boy. I want to take this thing far. I'm go check the woman background and so this woman I come from. Oh, I don't know. You think say you can't hold on, let me back up just a little bit because more have to listen between she and him, you know, because the man I think say can go round Zara Burton. Listen to the man if a man has step on the woman question. And look how Zara Burton grab him by him pair up. Where
is the economy going? Have you done any analysis of your tax plan and what economic growth is going to look like in your first year?
I wouldn't want to give you a specific figure.
But your analysis must have produced something that is tangible for the people to understand.
Yeah, but I didn't say I would give you that figure.
But it has produced a figure.
Of course.
Okay.
Otherwise, why would we do that?
Give me a general sense of where we have on the low end and the top end.
I would say to you that if you're going to talk about economic growth, you should be above 3%.
Okay, that's a fair statement to make. Yeah. Let's talk about some of the other taxes that you, tax incentives and lower rates. And so I think there was mention of some transfer taxes as well.
In general, you want to, our tax plan is to reduce transaction taxes. A part of economic growth is to get the velocity of transactions increasing, and particularly in construction and real estate, because those are major employment areas. So we will bring to the levels which we had them before our transfer tax and stamp duty.
Then the thing the tax them going to benefit him. People, film tax policy benefit him big time. Man in the office making policy and laws and all them things there to benefit themselves. That's what you may say. This corrupt man should never touch our constitution. You are not worthy. You are not worthy of touching our constitution.
And estate taxes as well.
You seem to don't like taxes too much because
absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm a small government, free enterprise. I believe that markets work best and taxes are distortionary.
Okay. Is that why you didn't pay the property taxes on the home?
No, my property taxes are paid.
On the THS website, when we did the valuation numbers for your properties, the outstanding taxes are there.
No, my taxes are paid.
When we looked, there was your Great
Live.
House Boulevard property. There was your property that's owned by Admat, which you say you're the sole director of. And then there's another property that we actually found under Admat as well, up at Wycliffe Close. All three were outstanding. And then we saw that at Wycliffe Close, taxes seem to have been outstanding since 2009. What about the other property, though, at Wycliffe Close?
That I would have to check on. I mean, that's been there for a little while, so I'll have to check on. But I don't want to distract from the message.
No, but you are the person that's saying that you don't necessarily love taxes, yeah? And so you are the lead. You are a leader of this country, potentially the premier leader of this country come next week. And so I'm asking you the question, as the leader of a country, do you believe that your taxes should have been more up to date than the record reflects?
What I'm saying to you, from my best recollection, I've paid my taxes. Now, if it is that
people, from my best collection, I've paid my taxes. People, you know how long this is? Over 6 years ago. It has been 3 years. This man's statutory declaration cannot be verified. This man not like a man paying taxes. Yeah, this one. So was he telling Zara Burton the truth or a big fat lie to the woman beautiful face? Could the woman beautiful? And then mean to say I tell the woman lie? Eh? You tell her lie, family? Come on, fam. Do better than that. That's why I say you must step down because your brother, you are submerged into corruption and corruption. Deep, my brother, you are engulfed in corruption. Do Jamaica a favor. Stop drag the name of Jamaica on the ground anymore, bro. Just stop it now, man. Mighty God.
they are outstanding, it's not an issue to pay them.
Okay.
I'm not hiding from this.
Yes, you are.
But Admat is designed for you to avoid potential estate taxes and transfer taxes. You're not.
No.
It's designed for estate planning purposes.
For estate planning purposes, that means basically that you avoid some sort of taxes. And I'm saying, does it look good for a leader of a country?
I'm not clear that it's, when we set it up, it was never to avoid any kind of taxes. And it's not likely that I would be able to sell everything. It was set up merely as a way of holding assets. So it's a holding company. That's it. But in any event, let's be clear. Any citizen of any country is permitted. It's not illegal to establish, and many persons have.
No doubt. I'm not talking about the legality. I'm more talking about, does it look good for a leader to be trying to set up their situation so that they avoid paying tax?
No. Any company can, I think, avoid being in a situation. Look, but my view on the matter is this: you should plan your estate and plan for taxes the best way possible.
You just said a while ago that you don't see a sense where you would be able to sell everything. What's everything? What's everything?
You mentioned two properties.
There's Wycliffe Close, which is an open land right now.
Look, We'll talk again.
No, one thing I wanted to
I
ask
think
you
you've
about.
gone. You've gone.
Hold on, Mr. Holness. Mr. Holness, I must ask you a question.
The company
What's your relationship with him? So this is where we bring 18 degrees north.
People, that woman did a wonderful job on him. Me never seen nobody at Jamaica do that. Me never seen no other journalist at Jamaica do that. What them make him walk over them. Them used to walk over people. Pure corruption in this party of people. Such man for step down. We have had enough of your corruption, such man. We can't take no more. You don't give me pay headache, brother. You have to step down, man. We just ask you to do the country a nice favor and step down. They don't have no, don't have the audacity or roll out on a friend. Again, for the people. You have to step down, man. Come out of office, man. And I rob Jamaica too much, man. Stealing from education, stealing from healthcare. Jamaica can't move like that. You guys are hurting the people. They may soon have needs and all them things they are come through. One of them. Plan for line in the pocket from needs. And that's what I plan to do. Line in the pocket from needs such man. Where's the $1.7 trillion there? Then why would you stop the integrity auditor general from investigate where money gone? If you love the country, you know our money stop leaking out there. What do you, brother? Stop stealing from healthcare education, man. Stop it, man. A bunch of criminal at Jamaica. A jail if you go.
You know this I'm very well.
A jail if you go.
You know this I'm very well. I'm very well.
They say a prison if you go.
You know this I'm very well. I'm very well.
The people, the Jamaican people haven't seen a lot of you recently. They haven't heard a lot from you. I'm sure they'd like to hear from you. How have you been?
I thought you were here at the Israel conference. So that's what we're here for, to remind Jamaicans that Jamaica Labour Party is the best government for Jamaica. So I'm here to do whatever I can to make sure that the Labour Party returns and get the third term, the historic third term.
So sounds to me like you're still a member of the Jamaica Labour Party and you're campaigning.
I've never left. I have never stopped campaigning. Never left, never stopped campaigning.
But Mr. Reid, given the legal, issues you've been having, do you think it is wise to be seen publicly with, associated with the Labour Party at this particular time?
I don't even know why you asked that question. I am a free agent, and all political parties are public institutions, and I still voted in the local government election. I have a vote. So I don't understand that question, Frank. Is that Jamaica Labour Party is the best government for Jamaica. So I'm here to do whatever I can to make sure that the Labour Party returns and get the third term, the historic third term.
So sounds to me like you're still a member of the Jamaica Labour Party and you're campaigning.
I've never left. I have never stopped campaigning. Never left, never stopped campaigning.
But Mr. Reid, given the legal, issues you've been having, do you think it is wise to be seen publicly with, associated with the Labour Party at this particular time?
I don't even know why you asked that question. I am a free agent, and all political parties are public institutions, and I still voted in the local government election. I have a vote. I have a vote. So I don't understand that question, frankly.
This particular conference, why did you choose this particular one to, make an appearance? Is that you're trying to, help show support for Mrs. Holness?
I think you obviously are misinformed. I have been all over the place. You probably haven't seen me, but I have been all over.
Tell us a little bit about your case specifically. What can you tell us?
No, but I can't discuss that. I can't discuss. I have no comment on that.
All right, let's discuss another issue then. The Jamaica Labour Party appears to have lost some ground against the People's National Party over the last year and a half. Are you concerned as a member of the Jamaica Labour Party about the direction in which things are going?
No, I'm not. I mean, it's a competitive environment, and I believe that any government that is in power we'll have from time to time, changing in levels of support. But as the government is now doing, is reconnecting and ensuring that their messaging reach the important people that they need to reach, and mobilize your workers and the support systems. And I'm sure we will be able to overcome the next general election.
Accorded with what he believed. In speaking with Ruel, we went through some of those principles, and it was clear that what I believed in and what the party believed in, it accorded with what he believed in. In speaking with Ruel, we went through some of those principles, and it was clear that what I believed in and what the party believed in, it accorded with what he believed in.
Family, tell me what you think about this video in the comment section. Tell me if you think this brother writer saw is too much now, engulfed into deep corruption and his associates and his disrespect for the Jamaican people. Yeah? I can push up man our face. It's showing that they don't have the respect. It showed that clear. So based on what you just hear a while ago, you tell me what you think about this video. There's the corruption that swirl one of these guys, and I think everybody's stupid, hiding up their money offshore, having foundation with them and then picnic, hiding every goddamn where. But uno if you beg for food, uno if you struggle, thief money from healthcare where belong in our hospital with clinics. People, thief money. Do you know that one man can thief billions of dollars? Trillions, one person. And if you have one man that creep up billions and trillions, Jamaica can jail them if you go Jamaican people. Tell them what you think about this video. Pure corruption. Such man need to step down. We're not going on the thing. You need to go. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. As usual, I am Jamaican Carlos, who is a student of your class. Please make sure your comments make sense in every sentence. If this is the first time on the platform and you like the work, go ahead and subscribe, family. Go ahead and hit the like button. Go ahead and like it, people. Yeah? Go ahead and show the like because we put in work in what we do. And since we're not beg for no money over here, so go ahead and the least you can do, I'll lick up the like button so the message can go out there. The more likes and the more the message go out there to other people. That's all I want, to make sure the message go to people so we could be educated in this community. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for watching. My name is Jamaican Carlos, guys. I'm out.
Corruption is a vile disease that sucks and drains the health out of something good. Corruption in society is an evil moral infection that keeps community in the state of perpetual sickness. Corruption is a moral virus. It's so potent it leaves its host sick, lethargic, and unable to realize and accomplish all that a well person can. Where corruption thrives, poverty and not prosperity thrives. Wealth is grabbed into the greedy, grubby hands of those who get fat on the toil and labor of good people. Corruption benefits, only temporarily, those who participate in it. Everyone else is a victim of the theft, the deceit, the dishonesty, and the lies that corruption feeds on. You need to know that a corrupt person is stealing from you. Corruption is filthy work and despicable acts of treachery done under the table and behind closed doors. Corruption is a disgusting shame. Corruption keeps a nation back from true development and from progress. Wise investors steer clear of a corrupt environment. They would rather put their resources into a place where the playing field of opportunity is equal for all and not bent towards feeding the financial lust of corrupt, lying, cheating, thieving politicians and government officials. How many wonderful development projects have been lost because the investors didn't want to do business in a swamp of evil? When those great projects go to another nation or to some other place, We all lose. Believe me when I tell you that corruption steals from you, it steals from all of us. Corruption plunders the nation's wealth. Corrupt people compromise on truth, equity, and fairness, choosing instead to feed off the short-term benefits of crookedness, exploitation, and financial perversion. Corruption is not just a personal matter. It's a culture. It's a way of life, not just for individual people, but for companies, communities, governments, and nations. Corrupt nations, hiding behind large companies, will seek to invest in other weak nations in order to take over the assets of the nation that they've invested into. They will provide financial loans to a nation for the much needed infrastructure, and they will do it with assets that they provide. They will sign contracts by lining the pockets of rotten government officials who participate in this kind of corruption and are then held hostage by their own deceit and greed. Corruption is nothing less than a form of theft and national robbery. A corrupt person steals from everyone in society.
Guys, never very little piece of interesting news I want to break with you guys. Hey, about 1 year ago, I did a photo shoot, right? Yeah, did a photo shoot, did some pics. And the photographer does get a message that the photographer entered one of the picture into this contest, and it turned out that she got first place with a picture of mine. So she earned herself a spot in a museum. So the picture is in a museum up there I am going to find that museum. I know where it's at. I'm going to go there and I'm going to do a live and show you guys the picture. I haven't gone there yet. I hear about it. Make me feel good for her, plus myself. But she take it was my photo shoot, so she asked if she could use it. You understand me? So it was a go, and she used that picture, one of my pictures, and she won a contest, earned herself some recognition at it's in a museum. So I'm gonna go to the museum, look at it. I got the address and everything, and I will definitely take some pictures there of my picture and a video there about my video and bring to you guys. Very interesting, not true? Very interesting story. Thank you, guys.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scandal, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. Hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again. What we gonna eat no money, what we at you, eat no at you. COVID money, miss away, eat the yellow rat you. Use the youth, the money, waste for most of the statue. Say we like a catch you, but we got in a figure you. Take the spit of money, God, and say that is not you. One day the man above me, no him, I got a break. Too much eating at the kitchen, some of fiber like a pot too. When singers and DJs and social media's coming at you. It burn me, 300% free. It burn me, garbage pile up the day. It burn me, give the teacher them raise. It burn me, I see corruption please. It burn me, mash down the people them house. It burn me, every day appear arms out. It burn me, appear money them a thief. It burn me, and them a sell out with each. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scandal, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again.
Family, thank you guys so much. Thank you for your time and patience, guys. I really appreciate you guys. If you think somebody to hear this kind of work, share them. Make the message go out there. So we don't want no more corruption. This brother have to step down. Seriously. Andrew Holness should step down, people. Him are not fit. The statutory declaration have not been declared for 3 years now. Cannot be verified by the Integrity Commission. $1.7 trillion, one of the biggest piece of money when we hear missing out of any place, anyone give one time. And look at, you are blocking in the investigation. 400 million for empty building. When the building is done, why want to prepare it and refurbish it? Want to say it will cost $2 billion. could have buy a brand new building. You just might be the 6, you and your wife. Just might be 2 of the 6. Yeah? How much money you have in a SSL? How much money you take out? How much money did they take out of SSL? Now, about SSL again. What about taxpayers' money that is in SSL? Money from the Banana Catastrophe Fund, the Ministry of Agriculture, the Ministry of Health, NIS, and JIS money. What I'm told that them type of money in the hundreds of millions of dollars, people. Millions. In the hundreds. Millions of dollars stuck in SSL. And Nigel Clark come to and ask us to give SSL $15 million per month to bail them out. To pay staff and keep utilities on. Nigel Clark come to us. Look here, that's a one of the story. And enough video me upon them sitting in the people are open the eye, you know. Anyway, me love you. Thank you guys so much. Talk to you guys later. See you guys in Washington tomorrow. Huh? Washington will say, love you, we're gone.